I know there are other things to do with a Saturday afternoon, but moving America forward seems to me like a pretty good way to spend your weekend. As much as we can do at a state level, and we're trying, and as much as we can do at a local level, and you'll hear about those efforts too, what we really need, it seems to me, in America is a national solution. What we need is an American president who gets it. And that is what we're going to get when we make Barack Obama president of the United States. The point of this event is not actually to hear from us speaking, but to hear from you. This is, I think, a terrific tribute to the Obama campaign, that we're really not interested in yapping at people. I think, as Senator Obama has proven, interested in listening to people and building a grassroots effort. And I think that's a credit to the man at the top, a man I believe will be the next president of the United States of America, Barack Obama.
I was just saying I was a victim, my husband and I were victims of predatory lending practices and the broker not being truthful on how he handled our situation. We applied for the refinancing of our home, and he said, you all met all the qualifications, you passed. Your home was appraised at a good amount, you're getting your loan. And then he comes in and he flips papers at us and just sign, and we never read the papers. It's our fault. We should have read, but we didn't, and he didn't explain anything. He didn't tell us it was an interest only, because we had only wanted a fixed 30-year loan, including PITI. It wasn't until a year later that our taxes came due that we knew that we didn't have PITI, and we didn't even have homeowners insurance. So we had to pick all that up. Talk to him about it. Oh well, we were very sad, very sad.
What's happening now is property values are going down, but with $4 a gallon gas, everybody in the suburbs is going to be moving back into the city to get closer to the city. And what's happening is happening at 5 Points, it's happening on the near west side downtown. All of these communities are being gentrified. And so these houses that are going for dirt cheap, houses in Detroit are going for $7,000 each, literally big houses. So we're not going to have that in Denver, because Denver's still an attractive city. But we're going to have the reverse, where we're going to bid up the property values, and then the older communities are going to dissipate.
Have you noticed that back in the 70s and the 60s and the 50s and whatnot, the cost of housing was part of inflation? I mean, it made sense, right? You have food, clothing, and shelter. 3 things that are vital. Right now, food and shelter are outside of the inflation index. That was the first thing they did. The next thing they did was when they repealed the Glass-Steagall Act. Now, this was a wall that separated investment banks from retail banks. Now, taking down that wall, what it did is it allowed them to take your mortgages and sell them off to Wall Street. So then the retail banks didn't have to care about the quality of the loans anymore, because they could just sell them. Whether they performed or not, they could keep cranking them out and cranking them out and cranking them out. And now, of course, we are on the hook to bail out these investment banks. We have our Federal Reserve funding investment banks. This is insane.
And I think what we've looked at locally is, here's what we can do, A, B, C, and D. What the Speaker, Romanoff, said is exactly true. All that we're doing here locally is, as hard as we can, putting our finger in the dike. But what we really need is to be able to step up and have a much more comprehensive and integrated solution whereby everybody's been part of, the stories have been gathered and the facts have been analyzed, so that we have a program that actually will deliver results. And I think the key is, if you're willing to put in the time and the effort and work hard enough, and clearly Barack Obama has shown that over the one thing through his whole life, you just read his books, and he's working, he's helping people day in, day out. And if you're willing to bring people together, right, and put down the weapons, the partisanship, politics, get everyone at the table and say, all right, this is a serious issue. How are we all going to fix it, right? I mean, that's the kind of experience that delivers results, and that's what this country desperately needs. And I think that's what Barack Obama is going to give it when he becomes president.